PSU banks have been in focus in trade today, and they have been gaining on the back of the news report which suggests that government might look to increase the FPI limit on PSU banks, and the current limit is at around 20%. So even if we assume that this limit increases from 20% to 49%, given the fact that the report also suggests that government might look to retain the majority shareholding at around 51%. So this increase in FPI limit itself could lead to massive passive FPI flows that could come in. The amount could be very significant in terms of the flows that some of the large banks who are already part of the MSCI and FTSE index could see. And this is largely because the increase in the FPI limit will increase the weightage of this PSU banks in the MSCI and the FTSE index, because of which there could be additional inflows. So as per earlier reports that we had collated from multiple analysts, we understand that the highest amount of FI inflow or passive FI inflow could come in SBI, followed by Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, PNB and Indian Bank. Now for SBI Bank, if you look at the FI inflow, because of the fact that SBI is part of both MSCI and FTSE index, the combined FI inflow that could come into SBI Bank, if the limit has been increased around 49% from current 20%, could be close to $1,455 million US. Bank of Baroda could see an inflow of close to $206 million US. Canara Bank could see an inflow of close to $165 million US. Punjab National Bank could see an inflow of close to $58 million US, and Indian Bank, which is part of the FTSE index, could see an inflow of close to $15 million US. So SBI stands out to be the biggest beneficiary here because of this increase in FPI limit. But do remember that as of now, these are only reports and nothing has been confirmed from the government side on the same.
And this relates, thanks so much, Somit. So what you need to understand, we're talking about foreign portfolio investors, and we're essentially, this is the flows that we track on an ongoing basis. We say every day in the morning, we tell you, okay, overnight or in the previous session, you had a net inflow, a net outflow. This effectively is talking about how much foreign portfolio investors are allowed to invest. Samir, implications of this, if this limit is indeed raised and you could have more buying, of course, the argument can be made that compared to private sector banks, public sector banks at 1.3, 1.4 times price to book forward are attractive at this point, wouldn't they be?
Yes, I think they are comparatively on valuation basis attractive. But the reason that the valuation differential is there is the ROEs that the companies generate, right? Mm-hmm. It's also the ability to manage their losses and NPAs. So the private sector banking, some of the larger names trading at higher valuations have been able to prove that they can do it more consistently than the PSU pack, which has struggled in the past. Hopefully, they will not struggle in the future. So if that is the case, then yes, a re-rating can come into place. And, if the valuation gap narrows, there is a re-rating upside potential for some of these PSUs. Now, having said that, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really checked it, but we need to see which of these PSU banks have reached the FPI limit. I don't think too many of them have. So even if we assume that the FPI limits get increased, it is based on what assumptions that I'm not sure, but that FTSE or any of these will do the re-rating or increase the holding levels in some of these PSUs. So at the moment, like your person said, it's all speculation and assumptions. Once the news flow comes through from the government first and then from the FTSE, so it's probably still a while away. Would I be trading just on this back of this news? Probably not. But fundamentally, I do believe that PSUs have upside from growth perspective also. The top pick in that space for us is at the moment CanBank, and second followed closely by BOB. Earlier it was BOB more than CanBank, but CanBank has shown certain things that make us believe that their profitability will increase more. So we've probably shifted our focus more towards CanBank being our top pick at this point.
Okay, all right, Samir. Thank you so much for that view, and of course, taking out the time and speaking with us at such a short notice. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Mahima. Thank you, Alex.
All right. Now on this side of the show, we are joined by Rajesh Agrawal, who's the head of research at AUM Capital, joining us now, and we've got our next caller as well. Ashwin is calling us from Bengaluru. Ashwin, hi, a very good morning to you. How can we help you today?
Hi, Mahima. Good morning, and happy Navratri to you.
Happy Navratri to you as well and to your family.
Thank you so much. I have actually a question on to where do I invest my amount? I have about 2 lakhs to invest, and I've done a little bit of research, and I've shortlisted a couple of banking names, that is Canara Bank and Bank of Baroda. I was just hearing Mr. Samir speak about Canara Bank.
Correct.
So I would like to know whether Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda and Trent, out of these three, which one would be the better pick where I could invest my money?
Okay, Ashwin, I got your question. May I know what percentage of your total portfolio will this be?
This will be about 10%.
Okay, all right, got your question. I'll take this up with Rajesh. Then Rajesh, your view with regards to this particular query. 2 lakhs is what he wants to invest in, and what counter should he go ahead and invest from the 3 he mentioned?
Good morning, everybody. First of all, my apologies for being late.
No
City
worries.
is underwater. So,
It's
as far as
it's important that you're safe. Rajesh, it's important that you're safe. Thanks so much for joining us.
Alex, the entire city is underwater. It's the worst rainfall after 1978. So
You know,
far.
maybe you can take a video for us and you can send us the details, because we'd love to tell our viewers about it. And of course, everybody who's tuning in from Kolkata, I hope that you're staying safe and ensure that you don't venture out if you don't have to. Of course, you can always tune in from where you are and watch the show in case you can't head out. Rajesh, what were you making? What were you saying?
Thank you, Alex. As far as long-term investment is concerned, the gentleman has rightly selected some of the banking names like Bank of Baroda or Canara Bank. Both are very good. I have no doubt on that. What he can do is put 50% in Canara Bank and 50% in Bank of Baroda. That's out of 2 lakhs, 1 lakh in banking. That's 50% in Canara Bank, 50% in Bank of Baroda. And the rest 1 lakh, I would suggest go for put 50% in Trent and the rest 50% in Reliance. And give a time horizon of at least 18 to 24 months to have some decent returns in that. And I'm sure some very good returns would come out of these 4 stocks.